Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Nobody Asked for This podcast. Today, I would like to start with something that has always confused me. I don't know that I've ever mentioned it on the show before, but it's something that I've meant to mention. I'm having a brief flashback of me saying that I was going to talk about something in the previous episode, and I don't remember what that was. So I apologize if I have left you all hanging. I think I was gonna watch something, or you know what I do. I always say oh yeah, we'll watch this movie together. Yeah, we're not. If it's not Megan 2, I'm not interested. So I haven't seen any movies that I'm going to review, but I do have a question, and it is sort of like a philosophical question. And it's, okay, here it is. And I think everyone should take a seat for this one. Let's sit down, maybe brew your morning coffee, let's get comfy. We might be here a while. What in the heck is the Flavour birthday cake? When you sit down to order something, and it's I'm gonna get birthday cake flavored ice cream. What are you eating? Because I know cake. I'm not a huge cake person. I think I prefer a pie, if we're being honest. I don't know who's asking. But what is the flavor of birthday cake? Because from what I know, birthday cake comes in multiple flavors. You can get vanilla cake, you can get chocolate cake, you can get marble cake, you can get funfetti cake. So when you get something that is the flavor of birthday cake, which is then something that is made up of different flavors, what is the flavor? Where did they get the flavor of birthday cake from? Because it is a consistent flavor. I say the flavor birthday cake, you know what I'm talking about, but what is that flavor? Is it just almondy, breadiness? I don't know. I just think every once in a while I have a good observation. And I think this is one of those times. What is the flavor of birthday cake? I'm open to options. I'm open to ideas. I'm open. Let me know. Anyway, now that I've gotten that off of my chest, welcome to, I believe we've made it into the 160s. We are 160 something years old, and by years I mean episodes. That's not anything to squawk at. That's a fun word, squawk. What animal squawks? A goat? I can't remember. Anyway, I should have some goat cheese. Speaking of flavors, I saw that there was a goat cheese flavored chocolate the other day. It was goat cheese and jam flavored chocolate. And then that got me thinking. I was wait, there's goat cheese in here? So when that is the case, another philosophical question. I hope you are not done your cup of coffee. When that is the case, what is the refrigeration situation of that? Because, listen, to me, goat cheese sounds like something that needs to be in the fridge. But a chocolate, it was in one of those fancy, you bought it at the mall, but it's, and it looks cheap, but it's actually $50 for 12 chocolates in one of those things, that you can eat the whole thing as an appetizer on a holiday or not. There was a goat cheese option. It was goat cheese and fig jam, which is fancier than anything I've ever touched. And I did try it. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I did not try it. You caught me. You caught me in a lie. But yeah, what is the refrigeration? Also, I was at Costco the other day because what else am I doing? And they had blueberry cream cheese loaf that was also not in the fridge. So are we supposed to be putting that in the fridge? Everything is just so confusing. These food safety rules, I actually think I would thrive as a food safety not expert, but a food safety protocol person. Not because I'm perfect, but because I would love, like, obviously, I know a thing or two about food. And then I could combine that with my love for rules. Like, I love you have 4 hours for this to be in the fridge. And I also I don't love enforcing a rule. Like, I'm kind of, like, a bit loosey-goosey. Like, if I'm doing, like, any sort of volunteer work or, like, something at, like, let's say I was at a concert and they told me, like, under no means necessary can this person, bring in a drink. I might let it slide. I might be like, listen, I'm not supposed to let you do this. But slip me a 5 and just, pretend your water was not in my eyesight. That's how I like to let people kind of slide on the rules. I'm like, I'm going to turn a blind eye, but if you say that I allowed this, like, I will deny it. Like, I'm not going down with the ship, but I'm not going to stop you. Type thing. I don't know how I've really bounced around to all these topics and or how they're connected, but that's kind of just, like, par for the course for the Nobody Asked for This podcast. I'm very consistent in my inconsistencies. I think for a while I tried to be, logical and rational and reasonable. I've kind of let that go, but I've just decided to always be that, Like, if you're gonna be illogical, like, just be illogical. Okay, I'm now looking for parking, which is, like, the worst fate one could find. There's nothing worse than when you're looking for parking and then you see something that looks like a spot, but it's actually just, like, a smaller car that's, like, more pushed in than you realize. Oh, were you leaving? Yeah. No, you were not leaving. Oh, I found a spot. Okay, perfect. Beautiful. Tell me. Oh, no, see, it happened again. I did not find a spot. Oh, come on. Nope. This is not going well for me. Oh, here we go. Okay. This isn't so bad. Oh, wait, no, this isn't a spot. Is this a spot? Somebody let me park. Okay, here we go. Found a spot. We're good. Anyway, I'll be back to record the rest of the episode later. I just kind of wanted to get a head start and really get that birthday cake theory off of my chest. So I'm going to go do my thing, you go do your thing, and then we'll come back together in like 10 hours, okay? Peace out. Okay, everybody. It is about 10 hours later. Maybe not a full 10. But we're back. I hope everyone has continued to have a nice day. Like I try and say, no pressure to have the best day ever, but I hope it's a decent day. The sun is shining. We're still confused at what flavor birthday cake is. And, that is what it is. I can't figure out every issue, I've learned that. Some issues, they're just not in my power anymore. And that is okay. But what else has happened this week? Let me think. It's, for some reason, I've heard rumors that it is the middle of July. In my head, it's still like maybe, well, in my head, we're in October, which is kind of crazy because we're about to be in October again. Actually, like, pumpkin spice is creeping on us. Let me tell you about, I don't know how I didn't get to this as the first thing that I talked about. Screw birthday cake. I was in the store the other day and I fully saw a pumpkin spice creamer. And in my head, I was like, oh my gosh, how embarrassing. This store forgot to, take out the expiration, the expired product from the fall. Like, in my head, we were closer to the previous Halloween than we are to, like, the future most Halloween. But no, apparently that is wrong. Apparently, I love that kid. I hope he's doing well. Apparently, we are even closer to a 2025 pumpkin season than we are the 2024 season. Isn't that crazy? Like, how does that happen? Now, I don't know if it's time to buy a full pumpkin spice creamer just yet. I would maybe go for like a pumpkin loaf like a simple, maybe like something, like maybe like a sweet potato loaf, you know? Like maybe not full pumpkin. Maybe we ease into it. We do like a squash. I love a squash. I remember last year I went to the pumpkin patch alone because that was just sort of where I was at the time, and I wanted to go to the pumpkin patch, and I just decided that I didn't care. Like I didn't care if I had a buddy or not. I had people that I could have asked, you know? I don't want to sound like a complete loser. But I was like, you know what? It's a Monday. I'm going to go. And I believe I got... I could probably go back and listen to the episode. I'm sure I talked about it. But I believe I got a delicata squash that I then stuffed with, for some reason, sausage and cauliflower rice. Why that combo? I don't know. Also, some sort of... I think there was like a stuffing mix from Trader Joe's. I think that got involved too. Now, why I needed that and the cauliflower rice, I don't know. But that's my truth. So I just gotta go with it. But yeah, pumpkin spice season is back. And like, if I'm telling you that's a little bit early, then it's a little bit early. It's just a smidge. Just a smidge. Like, let's wait till August. I've definitely bought candy corn in July, and actually recently I stumbled across some candy corn that I purchased last fall, and I didn't have it, but it looked good. Like, it looked solid. So I know a lot of people might take that as gross or like that's weird. I mean, hey, in this economy, we got to get food that lasts long. And if a piece of candy corn can last a year, let's celebrate that. Like, that's perfect for the bunkers when we have to go under, you know? Because it's going to happen. I've actually thought long and hard about this. I don't want to be a part of the bunkers. Like, if there is the apocalypse, like, that's fine. I'll make peace. That's okay. I don't need, like, I have no want to leave, you know, like, I'm so happy on Earth, but like, if Earth isn't gonna exist, then I'm good. I don't need to have to figure out how to do electricity. I don't need to have to figure out like how to fight a zombie. I quite literally have no interest in any of that. So, and I think that's good to know about yourself, because again, I don't want to be like a crazy conspiracy theorist, but we're getting to the point where we're going to have to start thinking about these things. And you just need to know, like, am I the type of person who wants to be in the rapture? Or sorry, rather, am I the type of person that wants to survive the rapture? Or am I the type of person that is just going to, you know, call it quits? Or at least, like, not try so hard. Like, the people that are genuinely like, this is my bunker. Like, I'm sure if I could afford one, I would be like, this is my bunker. But I can't afford one. So, I'm good. I don't want to be the last man on Earth. Like, that sounds horrendous. Who do you talk to? Who do you play Monopoly Deal with? Like, it just sounds unappealing. And anything that sounds unappealing, I've just decided I'm not going to do. Speaking of expired food and unappealing, I had a sachet of blueberry almonds the other day. Because for some reason, every time it turns like July 12th, everything becomes blueberry flavored. And because in my head, July is such a blueberry month, I didn't even think to like check the expiry date. I'm not an expiry date checker. Like, I am if I know, like, I bought this a while ago and it's been sitting, like, then I'll check expiry dates. But I'm not someone that is, like, in the store, like, checking expiry dates. I will grab stuff from the back, but having, like, you know, when there's, like, a, you know, like, bags of chips, like, I'll grab, like, the further one. Not really for germs, but just, I don't know, it feels fresher to me. But it's funny because having worked at a grocery store, I also know that, like, people are not doing that first in, first out protocol as much as you think they are. Like, they are truly just opening the boxes and putting the newer ones up first, and then the bad ones go to the back. All of that to say, I did in fact eat a sack of almonds from the year 2024. It was expired in August 2024. Now I've been fine so far. Like, I haven't been okay, but I don't think it's because of the almonds. But like 2024, like, how did that get missed? Also, how not popular are these almonds? I thought they were great. And that's a year expired. Imagine how great they taste fresh. And again, because it's like such blueberry season where I am at the moment, like, I didn't even think to be like, are these old? Also, it wasn't actual blueberries. It was a blueberry flavored coating. It was probably like whatever the blue version of Red 40 is, and sugar. You know, I've been thinking a lot about food dyes lately, and I understand that it's fun or whatever to have like your, cherry slushy be bright red, but is that really affecting the flavor? I'm genuinely asking. I don't actually know. I feel like it's not. I feel like this doesn't have to be, because it's very, I don't talk about trending topics, but it's very, very topical, these food dyes. People are trying to ban them. And I just feel like, what part of that argument, like, can we not get on the same page about? Like, what's the issue? Like, are there really, and I don't even know this to be true, but are there really people being like, no, I need blue 40 in my food. I just need it. I need red 12. Like, you really don't. Like, just pretend. If anything, it looks cool. Like, we can just pretend we're drinking Crystal Pepsi. Nothing wrong with the Crystal Pepsi. For anyone who doesn't know, that was it's like a limited edition Pepsi that'll come back every once in a while. And it is, like, clear. Clear. But, like, if it's genuinely not affecting the taste. Now, the only place where I will draw the line is red velvet cake. We're allowed to put red 40 in red velvet cake because you need to know that it's red velvet. And I feel like red velvet already, like, there's like, people don't like it as much as they should. Do you want to go? Sorry, I'm just letting someone in. I'm being a nice person. People don't appreciate red velvet as much as they should because everyone thinks, like, it's just chocolate. No, it's not. It's not chocolate cake dyed red. It's really more of a vanilla cake with, like, a little bit, with, like, a hint of chocolate or, like, cocoa powder. And then some red food coloring. I believe at points in human history, it was, like, beet juice that made it red. I like beets. I don't know that I want my red velvet cake to taste like beets. I've never really thought about it. I don't know that I've had anything that was red velvet flavored that was red because they used beets. I can't say that I've experienced that, but, I'm open. Anything with cream cheese frosting, really, that comes down to it. At the end of the day, it's all about cream cheese frosting. Like, it just is. It just is. Switching gears, is there caffeine in a Tim Hortons Iced Capp? Do we know? Have we ever gotten clarity on this? Is there caffeine? It's called an Iced Capp, as in iced cappuccino. So I'm thinking there probably is a little bit of caffeine, but, like, enough to keep you awake. They need to start, like, more transparency with caffeine. I feel like they always try and hide that part. Like, you really have to read, like, the fine print and whatnot. Like, show me on that label, like, is there caffeine in here? I would like to know. Okay, so I'm unfortunately coming to you 3 hours later, 5 hours later. There were some technical difficulties, so we will resume this episode next week. I'll tell you all about the Iced Capp, the different variants of the Iced Capp, and whatnot. But for now, thank you for listening if you did. If you like what you heard, you can go to podcast nobodyaskforthis.podbean.com. On there, you can listen to the show, listen to the episodes. You can get links to our podcast. episodes are Spotify, iTunes, etc. Apologies for the shorter episode. Stuff happens. But yeah, I hope you have a great week, and thank you for listening. Goodbye.